boys and girls, I'm back to read another chapter of Junie B. Jones is Not a Crook. Remember the last chapter that Junie B. Jones, well, the last couple of chapters, she lost her mittens, she went to Lost and Found, she tried to take the teddy bear backpack, principal said no. On her way back to the classroom, she went to get some water and found this pen on the floor. And she's deciding that it's okay to keep this, even though, you know, if it's not yours, you should return it. Chapter 6, My Grandpa's Wallet. I kept my pen in my pocket the whole rest of the day. I didn't want people to see it, or else I might tattletale to Mrs. And she would make me take it to the Lost and Found. I behaved myself very good because I didn't want to attract attention, that's why. I kept my hand in my pocket so my pen would not fall out. Also, I kept thinking about my mittens because I miss those furry guys. I put my head down on my table. Maybe Grandpa Miller might buy me some more furry mittens, I whispered. Because that would be the perfect solution, I think. I raised up my head. Hey, yeah. Then I would have a wonderful new mittens plus a wonderful new pens. What more could a girl ask for? That's what I'd like to know. I sat up in my chair and tapped on Lucille. Guess what, Lucille? Maybe my Grandpa Frank Miller might buy me some new mittens, and then my troubles would be over. Lucille said, whoop-de-doo, for me. I know it's a whoop-de-doo, I said, real thrilled. And so thank you for your support. After school, me and my bestest friend named Grace rode the bus together. I run home from my corner like a speedy bullet. My grandpa, Frank Miller, was babysitting my brother named Ollie. Grandpa Frank Miller, we got to go to the mitten store. We got to go to the mitten store. I hollered real loud. So there's Junie B. Jones. He's pulling at Grandpa Frank Miller. If you look at his face, he looks a little like startled, a little like curious what's going on. Grandpa Frank Miller was in the living room rocking Ollie. He looked funny at me. Go where? He asked. To the mitten store. We gotta go to the mitten store. I pulled up his hand. Get up, let's get a wiggle on. Grandpa Miller looked confused at me. That's how come I had to sit down, and I told him what happened at school. Someone stole my mittens, I said. They stole them while I was being brownie, and I don't even know there were crooks at that place. Grandpa Frank Miller shook his head very sad. I guess you could find crooks anywhere, honey, he said. I know it, I told him. That's how come I'm never going to see those furry guys again. And so you and me have to go to the mitten store. I felt in his back pocket, then I danced around real thrilled. Hooray, I shouted, hooray for your big fat wallet, because you got cash in there. Right, Grandpa? Right? Yes, I do. Grandpa Frank Miller laughed. I've got cash all right, he said, but I'm afraid we won't be able to buy you any more mittens. Those mittens I bought were the only furry ones they had left. I bought the very last pair. Just then, all the happy went right out of me because I didn't actually count on this terrible development. Yeah, only we have to, Grandpa. We have to buy more furry mittens or else what will I ever do? Grandpa Miller ruffled my hair. Did you look in the Lost and Found at school, he asked. I did a sad breath. Yeah, only that dumb thing doesn't work that good because people don't always turn stuff in. I patted the pen in my pocket. Trust me on this, I said real soft. Well, your mittens could still turn up, he said. Folks will sometimes surprise you. He told me a story about his wallet. A few years ago, I lost my wallet at the mall. I was sure I would never see it again. He said. I bobbed my head up and down. I know it because finders keepers, losers weepers. I said, finders keepers, losers weepers is a rule, right, Grandpa? Grandpa Miller smiled. Well, it might be the rule for some people, he said, but luckily it's not the rule for everyone. Because the very next day when I went out to get my mail, there it was. My wallet was sitting right smack in the middle of my mailbox, and not one single penny was missing. His eyes looked very happy and sparkly. Can you imagine that, little girl? He said. Someone had the chance to take everything in my wallet, but instead they drove all the way to my house and they put it in my mailbox. Just then he reached in his back pocket and pulled out his wallet. Look what I would have lost if they hadn't returned it, he said. He took a picture out of his wallet and he handed it to me. It's you and a baby, I said. But that's just not any baby, he said. That's you, Junie B. That's a picture of the very first time I held you. So there's Grandpa Miller, showing Junie B. Jones the picture. He took the picture back and stared at it. Nicest thing a stranger ever did for me, bringing this picture back, he whispered real soft. Then he leaned over again and he kissed me on my head. That's the end of chapter 6. I think it's a really good lesson to learn that sometimes it's not about the money because he had money in his wallet, but it's the fact that in that wallet was something that just means so much to them. It's the little things that really count in life that people really cherish. I love you all so much. I'll see you really soon. Sending big virtual hugs. Take care and make sure you listen to your parents.